Welcome to Let's Talk Ed with Professor Chris, the author of the best college book, Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience. Welcome. The topic for today's podcast, a little different, but also timely, is surviving Thanksgiving in college. Surviving Thanksgiving in college. So again, the topic is surviving Thanksgiving in college. You don't need actually to survive it. That's kind of why I want to kind of address some of those areas, but you need to celebrate it. All right, so first of all, let's look at Thanksgiving, right? Or as most people also say, giving thanks. Whatever thought you have or whatever comes to mind when you think of Thanksgiving, and I've had different discussions with different people on this topic. Some hate it, some like it for obvious reasons, and I'm not judging anyone. I personally like Thanksgiving because it's also one holiday that is all-inclusive, right? Nobody's claiming it has anything to do with religion or creed, but it is a time for everyone coming together to say, you know what? Let's give thanks. Let's celebrate. It's been a tough year, so let's give thanks. Let's find joy in these challenging times. Okay. So if it is all that great, why do I use surviving? I'm going to take you back a little bit, and what I'm about to talk about may seem like this is very unique or very specific to international students, and it's not. My first experience of Thanksgiving in the United States of America was probably a nightmare. And it's probably the same for most students, which is why I reflect back on that this time thinking there should be no way where my surviving experience of Thanksgiving should be for anyone else. So initially, I actually thought this was just international students. And reality hits in, right? Reality hits in when it's getting close to Thanksgiving. Everybody's talking about Thanksgiving. You have no idea what it is. But it gets here and your American friends are saying, hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Or, I'll see you after Thanksgiving. And even asking you, are you going to go home? Well, for most international students, home is probably 3,000 miles away, and not to mention probably back then about $1,500 to make that happen. So that's not anything you're thinking about, okay? So that happens and everybody's gone and Thanksgiving is here and you're looking around and there's nobody around and you're wondering what is going on. When reality hits in, and I don't want to make this just an international student thing, because as time went on, I did realize that even some of the American students, and come to look at a bigger picture of Thanksgiving, finding out that no, this was just much bigger than international students. There were American citizens who who didn't have anywhere to go, no food to celebrate Thanksgiving. And if you were back in Illinois, in the cold November, when there was no turkey, no mashed potato, cranberry, forget all the sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie, whatever you, right? You didn't have a hot plate in the cold Illinois. Oh boy, talk about being lonely, right? So yes, I did realize that no, this is not just an international student thing where you're far from home and that didn't have anywhere to go. Once again, there are actually a lot of Americans, not even just college students, but again, I want to just focus on college students because it can be very lonely and very challenging. Okay. So my idea for this podcast was to just kind of point out different ways, suggestions. So especially again for college students, international and non-international, so we don't survive Thanksgiving, but we celebrate it. Okay? Couple of ways. As I mentioned before, Usually most campuses, and I guarantee you most campuses start planning ahead, knowing very well not everyone is going to have that opportunity or privilege for just a hot plate. And we'll make every effort to provide that. So my first suggestion is look around, check in with the campus, student services. They are always providing something for Thanksgiving. As I speak, as the days is approaching, there are some institutions that are giving out turkey, so you could go get one and then go and celebrate, or have it with your family that maybe cannot afford one. So that's the first place to look at. Most institutions also have food pantries, and I did touch on this here a while back when I did food insecurity. This could be a very challenging time, actually, speaking of food insecurity, where you probably don't have anything, right? So check in with the student services again for the food pantries and see what they are providing for Thanksgiving. International student centers actually always provide meals. I guarantee you, if there's an international student organization or student advisor, they always make an effort to provide something for Thanksgiving. And last but not the least, there are a lot of families during this time who open their doors to welcome students. And I'm not saying you're going around knocking on doors, but there are families that openly reach out to some institutions saying, we would like to have 1 or 2 students come join us for Thanksgiving. For my college students, even with your friends, when that opportunity, your friends will ask you, what are you doing Thanksgiving? Do you want to come home with me? Be open to some of those ideas, okay? All right, again, it is Thanksgiving. It's a great time. I just kind of want to put this out there because it is a time to celebrate, but most importantly, a time to give thanks, okay? So while we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, all giving thanks, and we're going to be feasting and we're going to be having a great time, what my family and I do around the table after Thanksgiving meal is to express gratitude, right? And we go around the table, great. And I bring that up because I just kind of want to be intentional about what this holiday, this festivity is and how rewarding it can be. Use that as an opportunity to give thanks in your own small way, okay? So there you have it. As usual, right? I'm very, very excited. This is also a little break, and for my students, enjoy Thanksgiving, but remember, once you come back, we're getting right into the finals. So while you're enjoying your turkey and your cranberry sauce and maybe some apple cider, take some time out to just start preparing for the finals. Don't drink beer, but live beer. My beer to you: balance, eat well, exercise, rest and relax. And as we're talking about not drinking beer, Thanksgiving holidays could be one of those times that we're like, okay, let's go drink, let's go have fun, be very careful, be safe on the roads. But please, don't drink beer. Live my beer. And I'll see you all after Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And also, please, in your own little way, find a way to give thanks. Welcome to Let's Talk Ed with Professor Chris. This is one of the best college podcasts where we continue to explore the big questions about education, careers, and the future. But most importantly, this is the show that is empowering minds one episode at a time. I am still your host, Professor Chris. The day is here. I am really, really excited to announce the best college self-guide book, Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience, is finally here. Why did I write this book? There is much need for this book, which completely addresses most of the challenges and concerns that college students face. The very first chapter talks about college or no college, the why, the what, the where, the when, and the how. The information about academics and resources you may not know about is covered in this book, topics of interest that play a major role in your college experience, friendly advice and suggestions that will help you handle challenges that you will encounter, personal stories about my own experiences and those of my students stories illustrating the challenges of college life drawn from my experience as a student advisor and mentor, picking the right major, the right opportunities, how you can make money in college, how to get money in college, financial aid, scholarships dealing with loss, depression, suicide, relationships, international students, immigration, vets, entrepreneurship, life after college, and the list goes on and on and on. It's all covered in here. For any high school graduate, this is probably going to be the best gift they could ever get as they are preparing for college. It is also for the college freshmen and anyone planning on going, or especially those that are currently enrolled, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. This book is for every college student. This is the book that I wished I had before going to college. And it's also the book I hope I had while I was in college. Get a copy of Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience now. You can get it online at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, iTunes, and Google Play. If you want a signed copy, you can go to my website at www.letustalked.com. Get your copy and let's continue to talk ed. Thank you.